Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves what should be a good one here today, as it's going to be PhantomBot taking on Caninana in what is a double bot author recommended replay. The author of PhantomBot sent in a few replays for me to cast, feeling that their bot is showing some cool stuff. And then the bot author of Caninana was like, hey, did you get those replays? So that's very cool. I'm really looking forward to this one. I think I have cast PhantomBot in the past, but it's been a while. And so I'll just take a moment here to sort of read the descriptions of these bots, as I think that's something that's always fun to do. And it's quite simple for PhantomBot. It just says Phantom SC2, a StarCraft 2 AI playing Zerg macro. And that is one of the notable things of PhantomBot, that I think it's been getting some development so that it's just gotten better and better. It's crawling up on the ladder a little bit, it seems. Just breaking into Division 1. Just being spot 15 right now, which is quite a feat. Up there with some very good bots. And yeah, PhantomBot programmed in Python. It's a Zerg bot created the 2nd of October 2022, last updated the 7th of April 2025. And some of these bots are projects that go on for a long time. There's years and years of work put into them, and it takes quite a bit of time. And so yeah, it's very cool to see that PhantomBot has been rising in the ranks, at least from what I've seen, I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it's just at the level it's always been, but anyway, we've got, notably, the author of Phantom also programmed a very almost notorious bot, 12-pool bot, which I definitely take a little bit of inspiration for my own bot that I've been working on from 12-pool bot. I sort of peeked at how it was set up and everything to get some ideas. I just realized I have the actual game sound off. I'm like, those lings are just being so silent killers right now. We had the music on, but the game sound off. And that was actually because last video I did was of my own bot, but it was spamming error messages in chat. Fortunately, these two bots are much better than that, as PhantomBot and Caninana are both getting set up in this match. And Caninana's description is also short, saying Caninana made with Rust, created the February 14th, 2022, last updated the 20th of February, 2025. The bot author of Caninana, Radosh, I accidentally miscredited him because someone else shared Caninana replays in a previous video that I did, so I apologize for that. I think it's very important to credit bot authors properly. And yeah, Caninana's bot author is always doing all sorts of cool things that aren't necessarily just like the 1v1s, it seems, like setting up and sort of testing other things. And yeah, let's see how this one's gonna go. We've got Zerg versus Zerg, but more importantly, bot versus bot. It seems this game is going as you'd expect so far, in that Caninana is the bot that's taking the slower approach to the match, getting up a slower expo, but ensuring that it will get there by going for an early roach warren, investing in spine crawlers. Notably for PhantomBot, we do have double roach warren on the way. I wonder what this is from. Maybe that's a bug or just a bit of redundancy. Maybe it wants to research speed and tunneling claws at the same time. Who knows? And I'm guessing it's going to be the former. Anyway, we do have Lings poking Caninana, actually getting quite a bit of damage done to that hatchery. I'm quite surprised there, as there wasn't actually that many Lings. But the Queens do push them away for now. PhantomBot is just doing a good job macroing up, getting up a layer, an Evo chamber on the way. Caninana is also getting up a layer. Both these bots are getting out gas as well. Looks like the spine crawler for Caninana worth its weight in gold there, as it's pushing away those Lings, which is just peace of mind for the bot, if it had a mind. And then Yeah, both of these bots are just squeezing out a good number of drones. That spine crawler positioning for Caninana is really quite nice right now. The queens are also all grouped up, so Caninana, one of the Zerg bots that makes use of those. Looks like PhantomBot is spreading its own creep, but maybe just having one queen assigned to do that, whereas the others are just busy injecting, although there's tumors going off in the main base and stuff. We have got the production tab, having some more lings being added in, tunneling claws on the way for both of these, and yeah, look at that, PhantomBot actually electing to go for tunneling claws and glial reconstitution at the same time. So that was not a bug, that was just an intended feature by the bot author to research both of those and have very quick burrow movement, which, with how good burrow movement is in ZVZ, that is something that definitely makes a lot of sense. And then we do have, of course, got burrow researching. Caninana has got its own burrow done, so that is a little bit of a bonus for now, but I mean, those upgrades are going to come online and be very strong for PhantomBot. We'll see if it gets aggressive. It's definitely been the aggressive bot throughout this match, with lings poking, even a random Ravager or two out on the map. Although the success doesn't seem to be too big right now. Crosabal's going down. These Ravagers are getting caught. That's a little bit painful. Notably, Caninana has foregone metabolic boost as well. And then it has notably got pneumatized Carapace on the way, though, as it likes to have those speedy overseers with its army. And PhantomBot just squeezing out more and more drones. Caninana gets up a fourth, has a fifth on the way. Same with PhantomBot. So they're keeping pace economically, a slight lead just due to the playstyles for PhantomBot. Basically the same amount of units have died this game. Caninana has been relying on a fair few lings this game, actually, which is interesting because it has foregone that speed upgrade, but now these Zerg bots are transitioning into the roaches. There is burrow done for PhantomBot, so it's gonna be interesting to see how well it utilizes that, as every bot utilizes that a little bit different. The overseers for Caninana may be preventing that easy burrow advantage, though, as Caninana is a great Zerg bot when it comes to how it positions its overseers. That's a big part of programming a bot, how you manage your detection, because if you don't program in good behavior, it's not like your bot's going to solve Dark Templar problems or Banshee problems for you. You've just got to do your best as far as overseer positioning goes, and that is something that Zerg definitely can benefit from a little bit, say more so than Terran or Protoss. You can kind of make as many overseers as you'd like, without having to cut other production. Caninana is getting out infestors, as there's a bit of a poke for PhantomBot. Crosabal's just getting thrown down all over the place. Seems like PhantomBot does like its Ravagers, although these Ravagers are quite injured. Crosabal's are forcing a few drones of Caninana to burrow, so this is giving a nice little economic lead, but these Ravagers are so close to getting popped off. And yeah, let's take a look. How many overseers does PhantomBot have? It's got a decent number out itself, but notably it's not pairing any up. However, still, it's able to actually bully Caninana off its third base and kill that, as PhantomBot is trying to push up the ramp, which is quite a bold move, not having any success there. Losing some roaches. They are having to burrow and retreat, just pumping out more units. Meanwhile, the production tab is looking ridiculous for the Red Zerg. We've got a hive on the way. Hydras 2-1 on the way. Same for Caninana, though, but then we're also getting Groove Spines, Muscular Augments. It actually went double Hydra Den, too, so that's very, very cool. So this bot author just wants to have the upgrades researched as quickly as possible. Crosabal's killing off some larvae. That's actually quite nice for PhantomBot. That seems like some intentional targeting as well. And then just Caninana already losing a third base, now being bullied at its fourth. Looks like it does have quite a few roaches to defend the fourth, but I guess this is just the multi-pronged push for PhantomBot having some success. We've got a bunch of overlords moving around. I'm not sure what their goal is right now. That's actually definitely a little bizarre what those guys are up to. as PhantomBot is now at 200 supply. So it does seem to be maybe bringing the Overlords to the front lines, maybe planning on using them as a bit of a buffer or something like that. Queens for PhantomBot had wandered forward. We've got these two Zerg bots officially touching creep. The whole map is pretty much just covered in creep. It's been a while since I cast a good ZVZ like this, and it really just is a spectacle between these two bots. Roaches battling endlessly. It really is just an alien war, just kind of a stalemate almost going on right now as the injured roaches simply pull back, retreat, heal up, and get right back to the fighting. So Canonana is rebuilding its third base. It's saved its fifth, which is very important, but PhantomBot has got itself a bit of a lead right now, having more bases than its opponent, and actually pushing in towards the fourth of Caninana. I'm not sure where PhantomBot's really getting this lead. Maybe it's just the slight lead from early on, maybe the army positioning, but it looks like it may be able to get the fifth of Caninana, so that is a huge, huge win for the Red Zerg as PhantomBot just crushes Caninana's base. Fungals are going down for Caninana. It's got quite a nice roach ball pushing down this ramp. Double fungal growth, catching so many of the units of PhantomBot. That is definitely some good value right now, and the value definitely shows in the units lost tab, as it's about 9,000 resources lost to 4,600. That is a huge lead for Caninana, but at the same time, I didn't catch it, but Caninana just lost its fifth base, so it's all of a sudden knocked down to 3 bases. So that is just a massive, massive blow economically. If we pull up the income tab, it is looking way, way better for PhantomBot than Caninana. I'm not sure how Caninana is supposed to come back in a situation like this. Well, the answer is going to be it's great army control, but I don't know if that's even possible at the rate these two bots are trading out and how aggressive PhantomBot is being. Queens on the front lines, I actually don't mind that, as they've kind of served their purpose in the game at this point. Fungal growth's hitting some Overlords. Is that something Caninana's programmed to do? Oh, are these Overlords kind of serving like a catching fungal purpose, perhaps? Maybe I'm wrong, but they definitely did catch a fungal there. But if Caninana's fungal growth doesn't discriminate on what it shoots it at, and it just aims for grouped up targets, Overlords could potentially bait those out. So that's definitely very interesting. We do have Corruptors on the way for Caninana. That may make the Roaches have a bit of a tough time. The ramp for the Blue Zerg bot is also, it's like the Thermopylae Pass here. Just there's not really any getting through there, as PhantomBot tries to push up that ramp. Definitely gets a lot of its roaches bruised up as Caninana is looking to push on out. Still, though, the Blue Zerg bot is only on 3 bases. It's having its 4th base be hit hard. It seems that PhantomBot is just kind of out-positioning Caninana a little bit, playing a really great game here. As, yeah, the Blue Zerg bot is just about maxed out. Same with PhantomBot, but now that 3rd base goes down, so the income is going to plummet even further. I'm not sure what Caninana is going to do here. We notably do have upgrades rolling for both these bots, so they're still staying quite close to each other. The cost efficiency of Caninana is definitely better than that of PhantomBot. It seems that PhantomBot's losing some more roaches, but it is being the aggressor, trying to push up ramps. It's also losing Ravagers, which are a big, big money sink. But we'll see. If PhantomBot can keep trading out, Caninana will not be able to match its army replacement forever. Look at this, though. The Overlords are starting to go down to the Corruptors, so it's actually a bit of a nasty supply block for PhantomBot, bringing its overall supply down. At the same time, Caninana's overall supply is falling as well, down to 170 supply because it can't replace its units fast enough. The 3rd base is being rebuilt, but maybe by killing those Overlords and causing a bit of a production pause, Caninana will have been able to buy itself a bit of respite, maybe get that 3rd base back up, and that's definitely what it needs to do. PhantomBot, meanwhile, has got more workers than its opponent, so it can trade quicker, but that also means it's got a smaller army value, so the trades will naturally get even worse as Caninana doesn't necessarily replace drones that it loses. And that is something that's very important, I think, when it comes to programming your bot, having solid logic when it comes to how many drones you use, because there's no point having, well, workers or drones. There's no point having 70 workers when you're on 2 bases, so it is cool. That's something that's very notable. and really stands out if a bot is doing the wrong thing, where it'll be like, hey, I need to build SCVs, and it's got 60 on 2 bases. It's like, no, I think you need to take another base. Neural Parasite neurals a Ravager, and Infestor does almost eat across the ball there, but look at this. The trades for Caninana are looking much, much better. The army grouping is great. It just seems to be that PhantomBot has kind of won the army positioning battle, in the sense that Caninana hasn't quite defended its third base well enough. Well, any of its bases this game, really. But it has successfully got that third up. Now it's getting up a fourth. The Blue Zerg is pushing out, forcing PhantomBot to go on the back foot a little bit, as Caninana's army control has been looking really good. PhantomBot fell to that 170 supply mark, and it's just been trading out so much. Resources lost are so in favor of Caninana, really the best late game Zerg, as far as like army control and composition and efficiency goes. Arguably better than Eris, although that's a tough debate, that one. Anyway, still though, Caninana doing a great job coming back with its army in this match. Its income slowly going up, as it's just about hitting 2,000 minerals. It was much lower than that previously. We'll see if PhantomBot can potentially hit in multiple locations to get an advantage again. One thing I will say, PhantomBot has been losing queens. It's also replacing them. I'm not sure that's the most efficient thing to build at this point, using its supply. Yeah, look at this. PhantomBot's got 10 queens out right now. I'd say for this stage in the game, that's too many versus the 4 of Caninana, because they also use army supply. Of course, the transfuse is helpful, but as far as damage goes, and I'm just not sure that we need this many queens for PhantomBot at this stage in the game. As, let's see, these roaches and ravagers are forcing some burrow. Maybe it seems that Caninana's overseer placement is a little bit better. PhantomBot may be losing some of it. It's producing 7 at a time, so that is a lot of overseers to give itself detection, because it definitely needs them, as Caninana isn't quite having everything revealed. A couple of infestors are exposed and seen. Vision is everything in Zerg versus Zerg because of these burrowed roaches, and looks like right now PhantomBot is fighting without an overseer on the front lines. So that definitely is part of the reason why Caninana is trading at over a 2-to-1 ratio. We'll see, though. I mean, PhantomBot has still got more bases than its opponent. It's got, what's that, 6, 7, 8 bases, whereas Caninana is still... It's just been fighting hard to secure up its 5th base. So it's still got a long way to go in this game. Either that it needs to take a 6th base, or it needs to be able to... do some damage to PhantomBot to win this in the long term. So we'll see whether Caninana is going to make that happen. We do have Broodlords now on the way. I was kind of curious if we were going to see any of these in this match, but that definitely could be a way for Caninana to push back PhantomBot's army. PhantomBot notably has a Spire and its own Greater Spire done. However, it hasn't produced anything. There's really no air upgrades for either side yet, so we'll see if those start getting researched. Yeah, Caninana is now getting Carapace on the way. And we do actually have Corruptors, seemingly as a response to the Broodlords from PhantomBot. So very good army composition management there. We'll see if they're actually going to be enough to deal with the Broodlords, but we could potentially head into like an air versus air battle here, as roaches definitely fall off a little bit when there's Broodlords shooting down from below. But just look at Caninana's army management, like burrowing the roaches, healing them up, and then just not even waiting till they're at full HP to get them back in the fight, as the bot author says, no, they don't need to regen fully because that's a waste of time. So that's very cool. Whereas PhantomBot's maybe just is a little bit less coordinated. I don't know. It's still definitely doing a very good job this game. But now there's Corruptors and Broodlords going to be out on both sides. I mean, this could benefit PhantomBot, as it's actually got 2 Spires up, so it's actually getting up a Flyer Carapace and Flyer Attack at the same time, so its Corruptors will be better than those of Caninana. Caninana does still have its Infestors on the ground, though, which is quite notable, as PhantomBot is still just getting pushed back a little bit, as Caninana is taking that 6th base. That's very important. Neural Parasite going down on a Ravager. That's something you only see in bot games, really. Let's check where the Broodlords are of both these bots. PhantomBot has got its in the middle of the map. Meanwhile, Caninana's, it's got one back at home chasing a burrowed roach, I believe. So it's really got them all over the place. And this game is going to become like Broodlord versus Broodlord, with Corruptors being of high importance as well. It's going to be curious to see whether any of these bots actually maintain a nice Corruptor presence in the skies, or whether they're both so busy building Broodlords that they don't actually do that, because whoever has the most Corruptors, I think, will definitely win out here. So it's important to see whether will these Corruptors morph into Broodlords or not. That's something that's a bit of a mistake that Zergs have made since the dawn of time, accidentally turning too many Corruptors into Broodlords. And yeah, let's see here. We do have a lot more queens on the way for PhantomBot as it keeps losing those, but it seems to actually want a ridiculous amount of queens, maybe as a response to the Broodlords or something, because yeah, PhantomBot is going up to like 20 queens right now. I'm not sure it needs this many, but if they support the Broodlords and the game heads away from the roaches, that could be good. Just the resources lost is so darn good for Caninana in this game. The Broodlords definitely have the potential to change that, though. I do like the Overlords for PhantomBot still hanging around. Those are bait right there. Corruptors are fighting each other, but then Caninana still has its infestors, so it's actually neural parasiting a Broodlord. Corruptors are fighting each other. There is an upgrade. Well, they're actually even now, pardon me, as PhantomBot is now being pushed back by Caninana. I'm getting kind of worried that we're hitting the point of no return. The blue Zerg, or pardon me, the red Zerg, is actually running out of gas as well. Not mining enough, it seems, to sustain such a high amount of losses. That's probably why it's actually spamming out so many queens. It doesn't have the gas it needs. We have actually had the Broodlords die for PhantomBot as well, and that means that it doesn't have anything to push back these ground forces. Caninana is pushing in, and this is looking like the makings of a great comeback by the blue Zerg. And yeah, this is looking phenomenal for Caninana. Just to be able to come back. PhantomBot definitely had a great early game with the attacks hitting multiple locations, but it really is difficult to go toe-to-toe with Caninana in the late game. And it does seem that, yeah, Caninana has been able to take this one. Just its great army control, the efficiency being just unparalleled. This is a great contrast of how a Zergbot can be played versus how, well, a Zergbot should be played, dare I say. And yeah, really great showing from PhantomBot, showing that it is a well-rounded Zergbot. Little cool quirks to the bot authors, like having the Overlords present, that kind of thing. But in the end, it just wasn't quite enough. And yeah, I think Caninana will take this one. I'm not sure there's a world in which PhantomBot comes back from 70 supply. And I actually think I forgot to say it this game, ladies and gentlemen. Click that like button if you haven't already. If we can get 1 like for every creep tumor on the map, the Caninana's actually been lacking on the creep, maybe losing its tumors. It's only got 4. PhantomBot's got 105. If we could hit 105, that would be phenomenal. You guys always blow it out of the water. Leave a comment down below saying more bots if you want to see more of these bot matches, as I certainly enjoy casting them. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. If you've watched up until this point in the video and you're not a subscriber, what the heck are you doing? And then if you do want to support the channel, consider becoming a YouTube member. That goes a long way. And yeah, let's just, if you want to try programming a bot or join the bot community, there's the SC2AI Discord. There's also my own Discord, linked in the description down below. And I have also got a few more PhantomBot recommended replays to cast, so I'll definitely cast those in the future here. Let me know what other bots you want to see. Roaches killing off lots and lots of stuff. Caninana now bringing its own Overlords to the front lines. Scouting out, looking for floating buildings, perhaps. That's something you definitely have to program in as a bot author. GG.